Hey now, say now, welcome back to the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty. The squad is coming off 2 road victories against the heart and soul of the ACC football, but the schedule does not get any easier as our road tour continues on versus another ranked opponent in the Boston College Eagles. BC comes in 4-0 on the year, winning their only in-conference matchup. We're under the lights in this one, and let's get into the action. We start off 3rd and 9 from the 36. Pinto takes his snap from gun. He's going to drift right and finds Pat McGlockton, who makes the catch and breaks the tackle as he darts upfield, converting the first down and getting much more. Later on the drive from the 27, Micah Ford's going to take the inside handoff. He picks up 2 blocks. He pushes the defender off of him, carries another in the end zone for the Cardinal touchdown. They score on the opening drive, striking first 7-0 with 7 minutes to play in the first. Stanford ball again, and Josh Pinto is going to call his own number as he takes the QB keeper up the middle. He picks up the first down but ended up hurt on the play. Bruised ribs, so he was able to return, but he did play injured for the rest of the game. A few plays later, facing a 3rd and 2 from the 19. Pinto's going to take the snap. He then's going to throw it to the flat. He's got Mason Williams wide open. He's going to rumble to the end zone for the Cardinal touchdown. They jump off to a 14-0 lead after Pinto comes back from the injury. BC finds himself down 14 early. Quarterback Dylan Longren's going to take the snap. He's going to throw it up top, and it's caught by Nedrick Bolden. He snags it, and he was down at the 1-yard line. This sets up a goal line appearance. On the very next play, Dontrell Jones going to punch it in the end zone for the Eagles touchdown. Boston College gets on the board at the start of the second quarter. We skip ahead 2 minutes left in the second. Score is 21-7 when Chris Davis is going to take the handoff. He picks up a block downfield by McGlockton, and he takes it all the way to the end zone. The Electric Jr. makes another good play, and Stanford gets 7 on the board before the half. They ended up missing the extra point, so it was 27-7 at the break, where Mason Williams got the spotlight with 5 catches and 58 yards and the big play touchdown. The tight end is not a go-to target, but he does come in whenever it's needed. The score was 27-10 with 5 minutes left in the third. Pinto's going to fake the handoff, and he's going to take it upfield as he keeps it on the read option, sliding to avoid any more hits on the day. A few plays later, Pinto's going to take the snap. He's going to scramble right. He's going to continue looking downfield. He directs Brown, and then he throws it to the sideline, and that's a beautiful catch, converting the first down. Later, on 2nd and goal from the 6, he throws it to the corner of the end zone, and it's wide open. Pat McGlockton for the touchdown. They take a 24-point lead into the final quarter. Boston College attempted to chip away at the lead as Dylan Lingard's going to fake the handoff, and he's going to throw it downfield, but makes a mistake, and it's picked off by the lurking linebacker Sam Mattingly to close the books on any type of comeback. In this one, Stanford routs Boston College 41-10 to beat their second straight ranked opponent on the year. Josh Pinto, player of the game with 232 yards and 2 touchdowns. Their defense dominance continues, only allowing 254 total yards of offense, making BC one-dimensional as they stuff the run game continually. We were really balanced offensively with 34 runs for 194 yards and those 251 yards through the air. Pinto again was extremely efficient, completing 20 of 24 passes, and he didn't throw an interception in this one. The run game was really balanced, with Ford having 75 yards as well as Chris Davis having 84 yards in that big run. Receiving wise, Pinto continued to spread the ball around, with 3 players having 5 catches and all over 50 yards, where McGlockton and Williams both scoring touchdowns. Defensively, Isaac Smith, no surprise, led the team in tackles with 11 total and 3 TFLs. Neely and Nicholson, the corners, both had 5, and then we also had 3 players with 4 tackles of their own. The pass rush was dominant with 2 players, Dylan Stevenson and Bryce Jenkins, both with 2.5 sacks, and we also got 1 sack from 3 other players on the day. Game 2 sees us continue the long road trip to start the season against one of our bigger nemesis in the conference, the SMU Mustangs. We split last year's matchup where they won the most important game for the ACC title. Their Heisman QB has moved on to the NFL, and their 2-2 record this year shows that they are not the same team from last year. They still have a competitive roster on paper, and we need to come in here with the intentions on exacting revenge and coming out with a W. Let's get it. The freshman Josh Pinto has hit the ground running this year and has made the decision to make him the starter, the smart one. We come out and facing a 3rd and 4 on the 49-yard line. Pinto's changing the play before taking the snap. He's going to navigate the pocket and find Mason Williams across the sideline. He picks up big yardage and converting the first down. Later, 3rd and goal from the 4. Pinto's changing the play again. Finally takes the snap. SMU sends 5. Pressure almost gets there. He throws it and it's caught by Micah Ford in the end zone for the touchdown. Stanford makes a statement and they score early, getting on the board first. Cardinal ball again as they look to put more pressure on. But the freshman makes a mistake as he sails a throw short. It's picked off by Wayne Dugan. He turns it upfield, taking it all the way back for the touchdown. Pick 6 for SMU as they tie the game on a defensive score. SMU drive now on offense. Quarterback Emeka Obasuyi. He's going to hand off to star back Chris Johnson. He picks up big yardage as he gets into the second level. His O-line clearing the way with big blocks. Later on the drive, 2nd and 8 from the 29, Obasuyi is going to fake the handoff and Stanford comes through with the sack. It's linebacker Sam Mattingly on the blitz, halting the drive, forcing SMU to settle for 3. 10-7 now in the second quarter. Pinto's going to drop back. He's then going to throw it crossbody and it's intercepted again. It's Dugan with his second of the half. And Mbakwe gives chase and tackles him down at the 37-yard line. SMU defense comes up big as Pinto throws his second interception, his first 2 picks since the opening game where he threw 2 in that one. SMU looking to capitalize off the turnover. 2nd and 10 from the 37. Stanford sends the blitz again. It's Dylan Stevenson, the other linebacker, forcing a 3rd and long where SMU eventually did not get any points on the drive. Stanford ball again. 2nd and 3 from the 27. Mason Williams comes in motion. Chris Davis takes a handoff. He dashes to the left side. He then halts and then he breaks it to the outside. 40, 30, 20, 10. They catch him and he's tackled from behind at the 4-yard line. 69-yard on that run. And then the Cardinal award him on the following play as he takes the goal line handoff, punches it into the end zone. Stanford retakes the lead 14-10. 6 minutes left in the second quarter now. Obayatsu's going to fake the handoff, but he holds on to the ball too long and he's taken down for the sack. Adam Chauvelin, his 3rd of the game at this point in just the second quarter. Then, on 3rd and 17 from the 45, they drop back the pass. The ball is thrown up for grabs and it's caught by freshman Garrison Riviero, converting the 3rd and long. This sets up a goal line appearance where Chris Johnson's going to punch it into the end zone. SMU strikes back, taking the lead 17-14. And that was the score going into the halftime break. Stanford finds themselves down 3 on the road against the SMU Mustangs. Their offense has been much more efficient than SMU, but the 2 interceptions thrown by Pinto has allowed SMU to keep it close. Must correct that in the second half or they're going to come out on top. Stanford ball out of the break and they're going to hand off to Micah Ford, who's going to run it right up the middle as he picks up good blocking. He gets it all the way down to the second level. Ball now on the 34-yard line. They drive down to the goal line, facing a 3rd and goal from the 13. Pinto's going to drop back and throws it in the corner to Jalen Mbakwe for the touchdown. For some reason was covered by a linebacker and they punish them as Stanford takes the lead back. Cardinal ball again. Drive facing a 2nd 11 where Pinto's going to thread the needle on the seam pass up to Mbakwe, picking up big yardage down at the 42-yard line. Later on the drive, ball now on the 20-yard line. Facing a 3rd and inches, Pinto's going to go for 6. It ends up falling incomplete, but a flag is down on the play. The referees end up calling a defensive pass interference on cornerback William Nettles, and that extends the drive. Now facing a 2nd and goal from the 4, Pinto's going to fake the handoff, then he's going to drift left. No one open, he decides to take it himself, and he goes into the end zone. Touchdown Cardinal, and they extend their lead 28-17. Mustangs down 11 facing a 3rd and 14, and Stanford's going to send the blitz and it comes home. Baraka Kumaro comes free and sacks them for a big loss, halting the drive. Stanford gets the ball back now in the 4th quarter. Ball on the 36 facing a 2nd and 7. Pinto's going to take the snap. Inside give to Michael Ford. He picks up 2 blocks downfield and he walks into the end zone untouched. Touchdown Cardinal. They break it open 35-17 in the 4th quarter. SMU on the brink and they're forced to go for it, backed up on 4th and 2, but defensive tackle Bryce Jenkins comes through and stops Johnson in the backfield for the turnover on downs. Cardinals then look to make them play. Pinto throws it up. It's Mason Williams in the end zone for the touchdown, and that's going to cap this one off. SMU gets blown out at home, and Stanford continues their road tour victories 42-24 against the pesky Mustangs. Micah Ford takes home player of the game honors with 120 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns in a game where defensively Stanford once again was very strong. Only allowed 4 yards per play, 21 total rushing yards, and only allowed 197 passing yards. Another balanced effort on the offensive side of the ball, though they did have 2 turnovers where Pinto threw those 2 interceptions. Otherwise, he did complete 70% of his completions and had 241 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air. We already called out Ford's rushing effort, and Chris Davis added 102 yards on just 7 touches after that big 69-yard run. Receiving wise, pretty quiet day for the most part, but Katron Brown did have 8 catches for 72 yards, and Bakwe had 7 catches for 68 yards and a score, and Mason Williams added 5 catches and 54 yards and a touchdown of his own. Defensively, we see Isaac Smith and Sam Mattingly both had 9 tackles, while Brandon Nicholson added 6 of his own. We had 2 players with 4 TFLs in Mattingly and Chauvin, and had 5 players with 2 TFLs on the day. We were after the quarterback all day long, and Chauvin had 3 sacks himself, where Baraka Kumaro and Dylan Stevenson both added 2 sacks. So that wraps up today's episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're still undefeated and the wins are piling on. Please hit that like button and see you guys next time.